2023 and 2024 were absolutely huge years for Mario fans. We got so many Mario games. 2023 had the movie, but I think 2025 may be even better, as it is the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. And usually Nintendo likes to go pretty hard on a Mario anniversary. So that's what we're talking about today, the 40th anniversary of Mario. What's Nintendo gonna do? What games are gonna be released? We'll also talk about movie stuff in this video, because I do think we're gonna get a lot of Mario Movie 2 stuff in 2025. Let's get into it. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the channel. Merry Christmas Eve if you're watching this when I post it. Holidays are coming up here. The new year is approaching fast. And with that, the 40th anniversary of Mario. I wanted to talk about this. I don't think I've made any Mario anniversary videos, which is funny because I feel like this is a pretty hot topic. And it's one of those things that's like, it's almost kind of easy to predict in a way. Like, for the 35th anniversary, we got Mario 3D All-Stars, we had Mario 35, we had the Mario Game & Watch, right? Like, they went all in that year. They also announced Bowser's Fury, right? For the 30th anniversary, it wasn't as grand, but we had Mario Maker with that little booklet, and they kind of, like, promoted it as a 30th anniversary title. For the 25th anniversary, we had Mario All-Stars on Wii. They like to go big on Mario anniversaries, and of course, the 40th anniversary is a big one. This year, especially, we saw, for the very first time, they had like a Mario Day presentation video, where on Mario Day, on March 10th, they actually released like a video celebrating that day specifically, even though that's not the anniversary date. We had that video with Miyamoto kind of confirming that they're making a new movie. We got release dates for Thousand Year Door and Luigi's Mansion 2. So Nintendo has been really on point when it comes to celebrating these days and these events. That's not quite the same thing, but I think 2025 and the 40th anniversary of Mario is going to be pushed extremely hard. I think they might go harder than they've ever gone before. And we'll talk about the games first here. I think that's a big part of it when talking about like, well, how hard can they possibly go? I mean, we're talking about a new 3D Mario, man. A new 3D Mario game is almost certainly releasing in the next, let's say 18 months, but realistically in the next 12 months. In the calendar year of 2025, we are almost certainly getting a new 3D Mario game. Now, whether or not that's a launch title, that's very much up for debate. I know a lot of people have recently shifted their minds to Prime 4 actually being the launch title, and I'll admit I have been kind of persuaded in that thinking. But either way, I don't think 3D Mario will be very far behind. So yeah, that's huge. We've never actually had it line up where we got a new 3D Mario game in an anniversary year, or at least not of the past, 3 major anniversary milestones. So we'll have a new 3D Mario game next year, probably releasing during the holiday time frame in that range that they will market as a 40th anniversary title. And I mean, depending on what that game is, I almost wonder if it would almost be like an anniversary title, right? Like Fire Emblem Engage, for example, is positioned as this was an anniversary game, even though it came out a little late. It had all your prior lords and stuff from Fire Emblem, and it was like the anniversary title for that franchise. What if this new 3D Mario game is something like that? Maybe you go to past worlds from previous Mario games. I mean, I remember in Mario Galaxy 2, they had the Throwback Galaxy. Maybe they'll have something like that in this game, where you're going to old Mario worlds, or maybe they'll have stuff like, in Odyssey, you can have like the Mario 64 skin, just some anniversary type things going on in the game that makes it feel like an even bigger deal and makes it feel almost like it was lined up intentionally. Whether or not it was, who knows, but almost like it was lined up intentionally for the anniversary. 3D Mario is certainly going to be the biggest thing we get next year, but there will probably be more than that as well. There has been a lot of talk over the past couple of years of Mario Galaxy 2 and a possible return of Mario 3D All-Stars. I would like to see this. However, I do feel it's unlikely, especially given that we will be getting a new 3D Mario game next year, the first one since Odyssey, right? And if you count Bowser's Fury, first one since that. So, first one in 4 years. I don't know if they would do 3D All-Stars and a new 3D Mario game in the same year. However, maybe they would, because maybe 3D Mario is like October, November. Maybe 3D All-Stars is August, September, somewhere in that time frame. And they either just bring back the collection that we already had back in 2020, or maybe we get a new iteration of it that includes Galaxy 2, and what I would like to see especially is 3D Land. Galaxy's already playable on console, I would like it to come to Switch 2. I love Galaxy 2. I actually like it quite a bit more than the first Galaxy game, but what I really want to see is 3D Land get included in some sort of collection on the Switch, because that would mean every single, at that point, if we get Galaxy 2 and if we get 3D Land, every single 3D Mario game would be playable on the Switch and Switch 2, and that is where we should be in life, man. Maybe you get 64DS in there, probably not, but it would be cool to include it, sure, why not? I think there's some touchscreen stuff in that game that would maybe be a little hard to translate, but Galaxy 2 and 3D Land would be awesome. And even just bringing back the collection so you can buy it, right? I mean, I know physical copies of 3D All-Stars are pushing like $100 now, which is not cool, man. It'd be nice to at least bring that back, but hopefully it would be a new collection that includes Galaxy 2 and 3D Lands, and maybe it'll be a better port job than what we got with Galaxy and Sunshine on the original collection. Like I said, I just don't know if they would do it so close to a new entry, right? Like, it might cannibalize things, but since 3D Mario would be a Switch 2 thing, maybe 3D All-Stars Volume 2 would be a Switch 1 thing. So maybe it wouldn't necessarily overlap too much there. I would like to see that. Let me know your thoughts on that specifically in the comments down below. Do you think they would do a 3D All-Stars next to a 3D Mario game, like a new one? I just feel like they might cannibalize each other a little bit, and maybe they wouldn't want to do that. But there's also spin-offs, so Mario Kart 10 or 9, whichever camp you're on that, on the whole naming there. The next Mario Kart game, whether or not it releases next year, that is not a given. I think it is very likely it releases next year. However, we're definitely going to see it next year. I think we're all in agreement we will see the new Mario Kart next year, which is just another thing that they can use. Is like, hey, we're hyping up the Mario 40th anniversary. I think usually their anniversary celebrations go from like September to March, I want to say, because that's when, Mario 35 and 3D All-Stars got delisted. Maybe Mario Kart 10 releases in March of 2026. So either way, I do think Mario Kart will be shown next year, probably released, but if it doesn't, it would release by March 2026, and that will be a major game, maybe even bigger than a 3D Mario, right? I mean, we haven't had a new Mario Kart game in over 10 years now, which is, it sends a chill down my spine thinking about that, how it's been 10 years since Mario Kart 8. We are totally overdue, and this is another thing that maybe, like I was saying with 3D Mario, would they maybe lean into that aspect with this game, with the marketing? Maybe you have, obviously, returning tracks, returning characters, that kind of thing. I'm really curious about the future of Mario Kart. I think I might do a dedicated video really going in depth on what I want to see and what I want, like, the gimmicks to be, because, I mean, we haven't had a new Mario Kart gimmick since the anti-gravity. And even that, like, I mean, I guess that changed the course layout quite a bit, but I don't know. It's been a long time, right? And off the top of my head, I can't really think of what they will do necessarily to really make the next Mario Kart better and more unique than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was. Because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think we're all in agreement, is basically the perfect Mario Kart game in terms of like fundamental core game design. So I'm really curious what they will do with the next entry to spruce it up and make it feel truly distinct against 8 Deluxe, which will have, you're going to be able to buy 8 Deluxe on Switch. It has 100 tracks with if you have the Booster Course Pass. What will they do with the next game to actually make that value more enticing, right? That package more enticing. I'm very curious to see what that will be. And that will be, like I said, another game that they're marketing during this anniversary that will just totally be a big deal. Like I said, maybe even bigger than a 3D Mario game. I cannot wait to be a part of a Mario Kart hype cycle again. It's been over a decade, and I just cannot wait to cover Mario Kart on a YouTube channel. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. There's also Mario Sports. Camelot has not released a game in, since 2021. So by the time this happens, it'll be 4 years. This is the longest Camelot has ever gone with when it comes to releasing a Mario Sports game. Usually they do every 3 years. We are now past that. I think we see something Mario Sports next year. I don't know what that necessarily would be. Maybe they just go straight to tennis, right? I've always been saying, like, oh, they'll do like a sports compilation, sports mix, like they did on Wii and on 3DS. But honestly, those games always aren't very good. At this point, I would prefer if they just go straight to making Mario Tennis, whatever, on the Switch 2, I think. And at that point, I don't know if that would be next year, because I'm expecting like Switch Sports Resort or Switch Sports 2, whatever, to be next year. So I don't know if you would want to release that next to Mario Tennis. But also, they put Switch Sports out the same time they put out Mario Strikers Battle League. Maybe there's not as much of an overlap as I'm thinking. But either way, we're definitely due to see a Mario Sports game at the very least. Maybe it's early 2026, and maybe they announce it in like January of next year, or the year after, I should say. But I do think it is not unlikely that we see something from Camelot next year and something from Mario Sports in general. Maybe Mario Baseball on Switch 1, that could work. Just another major Mario game in the release calendar next year. So 3D Mario, 3D All-Stars potentially, Mario Kart 10, Mario Sports. I mean, that's already, even though this year had a lot, right? Like we had Princess Peach Showtime, Luigi's Mansion 2, Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi, Mario Party. I think in terms of like new quality there, a 3D Mario game, a Mario Kart game, and a Mario Sports game, that even though it's only 3 things, that is more exciting than what we got this year and even the year before. So that right there would make it an incredible anniversary. And then also, maybe we see the return of Mario 35 as Mario 40, right? The Mario Battle Royale they had as a Switch Online bonus. That'd be cool to see them bring that back. I loved playing that game. I don't know if they would bother, though. I kind of feel like they wouldn't. But also, like, why not, man? You have Switch Online. It's basically a free bonus incentive. You already have the game made. Just increase it to 40 players. I hope they do that. It would take, like, no effort, and it would be just an easy win. But I just don't know if they will. Or maybe they do it as Mario 99 and just do it permanently, right? Maybe it's not an anniversary time thing where it goes away this time. Maybe they release it and it's not, going to be delisted. Same thing with 3D All-Stars, actually. Maybe we get 3D All-Stars again, and they're like, hey, we're not going to take it away this time, because I think 3D All-Stars sold something like 10 million units around there, maybe 8 to 10 million, making it like one of the best-selling Switch games. Like, it is up there. It's not in the top 10, but it is one of the best-selling Switch games, top 20, I would imagine, or so. Think of where that would be if they didn't delist it. They are literally leaving money on the table by delisting that game. And I really hope that if they do re-release it, they don't do that again, and then it will keep selling. And I mean, that would probably be like a 30 million seller if they just left it up on the eShop and in stores. Like, that would be a massive, massive seller for the Switch. And then, yeah, hopefully Mario 35 could return as well. And then also, something unexpected. In 2020, we had that Mario Game & Watch, and then for the Zelda anniversary, we got one themed around Zelda. Maybe they'll do something like that. Maybe they'll do like a Mario-themed alarm clock. Like not themes. Maybe there'll be more themes. But what if they did like a new alarm clock that looks more like a Mario thing? Maybe there's like some 8-bit Marios on the side, or just something like that. Some sort of new random little device. Nintendo's all about their little devices that aren't necessarily gaming related. Maybe we get like a special edition alarm, or maybe something completely different like a Game & Watch. Just to really have something on top of all the games going on next year. And then finally, final little talking point, movie stuff. So the Mario movie is currently slated for a release, I think on April 3rd, 2026, somewhere around there. It's April 2026. That means we will get we will know about this movie. We will get a proper title. All we know right now is they're making a sequel. We will get a proper title for this movie. We will get any casting for this movie. If there's new characters, right, you're going to want to announce the cast for it. We will even get a trailer. If the movie is releasing in April, we will probably get a trailer in holiday of next year, I would say. Maybe even earlier than that, right? Maybe around September. Maybe they do like a Mario anniversary direct again, like they did in 2020, showing all of this stuff. And then in that, they show a trailer for the new Mario movie. I think that's totally possible. They're no strangers to showing Mario movie stuff in Nintendo Directs. So throughout 2025, we'll be getting a lot of Mario movie information, which is going to be really exciting. It feels almost too soon. It's like, wow, we just got Mario movie last year, but now we're entering 2025. So that's really 2 years ago, and the marketing for it was even earlier. So, I mean, we are due for to hear more about this movie, and maybe even beyond. I mean, maybe next year we start hearing more about the Zelda movie, Mario movie starts ramping up. Maybe they announce a spinoff or something like a Donkey Kong movie or Luigi's Mansion. That'd be cool. But I think the focus would probably just be on Mario movie 2. And then, we'll see that trailer, which is going to be super exciting. We'll find out who's playing Yoshi. Whoever's going to do the voice of Yoshi, we will find that out in 2025. So I think it's going to be an absolutely awesome year for Mario fans. I cannot wait to see all of these games because, like, we don't know, but like we know that 3D Mario is releasing next year. We basically know that Mario Kart is either releasing next year or at the very least will be announced next year. Mario Sports, we're overdue for a Mario Sports game. Like, even though 2023 and 2024 were dominated by Mario and Mario adjacent titles, it looks like 2025 might be even better, which is absolutely crazy. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think Nintendo will do to celebrate Mario's 40th anniversary? And if there's any obvious things I missed, like any other obvious games that would release or maybe be announced, let me know that as well in the comments down below. Although I think I covered basically like the major things: 3D Mario, Mario Kart, Mario Sports, movie stuff, maybe 3D All-Stars with Galaxy 2 and 3D Land. That would be awesome. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, subscribe here for more Nintendo discussions, topics, theories, fun stuff like that, basically each and every day. Like I said, happy Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. I will not have a video tomorrow because it is Christmas. But yeah, subscribe here for all that. Follow me on Twitter at BoTalksGames. Check out my other channel at It's Amiibo. And until next time, folks, peace.